What if the cure for your bad breath was inside someone else's mouth? Not a mint, not mouthwash, not gum, not toothpaste, but someone else's mouth bacteria. It sounds disgusting, it sounds fake, and it sounds like one of those internet stories that cannot possibly be real. But researchers are now testing a shocking idea. They are taking healthy bacteria from people with fresh breath and using them to try to help people with chronic bad breath. Yes. Scientists are exploring whether a donor's mouth bacteria could one day help cure bad breath. Today on Mouth Secrets, we are investigating the strange new science behind donor bacteria, why millions of people cannot get rid of bad breath no matter how much they brush, and the hidden dental problems that can make your breath smell like something is rotting. Because the truth is, bad breath is not always a hygiene problem. Sometimes it is a bacterial problem. And sometimes the bacteria in your mouth may need a complete reset. If you enjoy uncovering the weirdest, most shocking stories in dentistry, subscribe to Mouth Secrets. Every week, we investigate the science, scandals, and secrets hiding inside the human mouth, because this story begins with something nobody wants to admit. Bad breath can ruin your life. The problem, nobody wants to say out loud. Imagine being in a meeting, a date, a job interview, a classroom. You start talking, then you notice it. The person in front of you leans back, just a little. They touch their nose, they offer you gum, and suddenly your brain goes into panic mode. Is my breath bad? For millions of people, this is not a random fear. It is a daily problem. Chronic bad breath has a medical name, halitosis, and it is one of the most embarrassing conditions a person can deal with because people rarely tell you the truth about it. They avoid the conversation, they step back, they offer hints, they make excuses, but they do not say it. So people spend hundreds of dollars trying to solve it. Mouthwash, mints, gum, breath spray, tongue scrapers, charcoal toothpaste, probiotic lozenges, detox powders, oil pulling, and sometimes nothing works. The smell keeps coming back. That is because most products do not remove the source. They cover it for a few minutes, maybe an hour. Then the smell returns, and the person starts wondering if something is seriously wrong. Sometimes they are right. The microscopic stink bombs. Bad breath is not usually caused by one giant piece of food stuck in your teeth. It is usually caused by tiny bacteria. These bacteria live in the mouth. They feed on leftover food, dead cells, blood from inflamed gums, and proteins in saliva. Then they release gases. Not normal air. Sulfur gases. The same family of smells you might notice around rotten eggs, spoiled cabbage, or something decomposing. Researchers call these gases volatile sulfur compounds. You do not need to remember that name. Just think of them as microscopic stink bombs. The most common ones are hydrogen sulfide and methyl mercaptan. Those gases are a major reason bad breath can smell so strong and so specific. The mouth is basically a warm, wet, dark environment full of food for bacteria. And for certain bacteria, that is paradise. But here's the surprising part. Bad breath does not always mean someone is dirty. You can brush twice a day. Floss, use mouthwash, and still have chronic bad breath. Because brushing your teeth is not the same as changing the bacteria living in your mouth, and that is exactly what scientists are now trying to do. If you are enjoying this investigation, subscribe to Mouth Secrets. We take the dental topics people are too embarrassed to ask about and explain what is really happening. Because the next discovery sounds almost impossible. The donor bacteria experiment. In June 2026, researchers at the University of Washington announced a clinical trial testing a first-of-its-kind treatment for chronic bad breath. The idea is simple, but also completely wild. They want to take healthy mouth bacteria from donors and use it to help people whose mouths are filled with odor-causing bacteria. Think about a lawn covered in weeds. You could keep spraying the weeds over and over, or you could add healthy grass that slowly takes over. That is the basic idea behind this treatment. Instead of only killing bad bacteria with mouthwash, scientists are trying to add healthier bacteria to the mouth. The hope is that the healthy bacteria will crowd out the bacteria that produce bad smells. It is called an oral microbiome transplant. The word microbiome simply means the community of tiny living organisms inside your body. Your gut has one, your skin has one, and your mouth has one too. The University of Washington says the research is exploring whether healthy donor bacteria can change the mouth microbiome of people with chronic halitosis and reduce the bacteria linked to bad breath. This is still early research. It is not available at dental offices. It is not something you can order online. And it is definitely not something you should try yourself. Please do not share saliva. Do not share toothbrushes. Do not try to copy this experiment at home. Researchers have to carefully screen donors, study safety, and make sure harmful bacteria are not transferred. But the fact that this research exists at all is huge, because it changes the way we think about bad breath. Maybe the goal is not to kill every bacterium in your mouth. Maybe the goal is to build a healthier community of bacteria. Why mouthwash may not be enough for decades, the bad breath industry has sold one message: kill germs, use stronger mouthwash, use stronger mint, use stronger chemicals, and yes, certain mouth rinses can reduce odor-causing bacteria for some people. But here's the problem. If you kill bacteria without changing what caused them to grow in the first place, they can come back. Think about cleaning a dirty fish tank. You can pour in chemicals, but if the water stays dirty, the problem returns. The same thing can happen in the mouth. If you have dry mouth, gum disease, untreated cavities, food trapped between teeth, an infected tooth, a coated tongue, or poorly cleaned retainers, dentures, aligners, or night guards, the bacteria will keep finding a place to grow. That is why someone can use mouthwash every day and still have bad breath. They are fighting the smell, not fixing the environment, and sometimes the environment is hiding below the gum line. When bad breath is coming from your gums are supposed to fit tightly around your teeth. But when plaque builds up, the gums can become inflamed, they bleed, they swell, they pull away from the teeth, and small spaces can form under the gum line. Those spaces are called pockets. For odor-causing bacteria, pockets are perfect. They are dark, warm, wet, and difficult to clean with a toothbrush. This is why chronic bad breath can sometimes be a sign of gum disease. Not always, but sometimes. The National Institute of Dental and Craniofacial Research explains that gum disease can cause red, swollen, bleeding gums and may eventually lead to bone loss and loose teeth if it is not treated. The American Dental Association also lists persistent bad breath or a bad taste in the mouth as possible. Warning signs of gum disease. That means if your breath smells worse after flossing, if your gums bleed every time you brush, if you have a strange taste that keeps coming back, if your teeth feel loose, or if you notice swelling or a small bump on the gums, you may need more than a tongue scraper. You may need a dental exam, because no mouthwash can remove hardened tartar below the gums, no breath mint can clean an infected pocket, and no amount of gum can fix a tooth that is dying from the inside. If you are learning something new from this video, subscribe to Mouth Secrets. We uncover the hidden clues your mouth may be giving you before they turn into bigger problems, because the next cause of bad breath can be hiding inside one tooth. The tooth that smells rotten. Sometimes bad breath comes from one infected tooth, a cavity hidden between teeth, a cracked tooth, an old filling that has started leaking, a crown with decay underneath it, or a tooth where the nerve has died. When bacteria enter the inside of a tooth, they can create an infection. That infection can cause pain, swelling, a bad taste, drainage, and breath that smells like something is rotting. But here's what makes it scary. The tooth may not always hurt. Sometimes the nerve inside the tooth dies, the sharp pain fades, and people think the problem has healed, but the infection can still be there. It may drain through a tiny bump on the gum. It may create a bad taste that comes and goes. It may cause breath that no amount of mouthwash can cover. This is why chronic bad breath deserves attention. It is not always about embarrassment. Sometimes it is a clue. A clue that something is trapped, infected, inflamed, or breaking down. The future of fresh breath. The donor bacteria trial is still in the early stages. Nobody should expect dentists to start offering fresh breath transplants tomorrow. But it may be the beginning of something much bigger. For years, medicine treated bacteria like enemies. Kill them, destroy them, wipe them out. Now science is starting to understand something more complicated. Not all bacteria are bad. Your body needs healthy bacteria. Your mouth needs balance. And when that balance is disrupted, problems can begin. Bad breath, cavities, gum disease, dry mouth, even certain infections. The future of dentistry may not just be about drilling teeth and filling holes. It may be about rebuilding the invisible world inside your mouth. A world made of billions of bacteria. Some helpful, some harmful, and some powerful enough to change the way you smell when you talk. If today's investigation shocked you, subscribe to Mouth Secrets. Every week, we uncover the stories, science, and strange discoveries changing dentistry before they become normal. Now tell us in the comments, would you ever let scientists use donor mouth bacteria to try to cure your bad breath? Or does that sound completely insane? And what is the weirdest bad breath cure you have ever tried? Because sometimes, the cure for a problem hiding in your mouth may come from someone else's.